out of shot. Hello, and you're listening to Let's Try Now. I don't think YouTube likes us very much because it says 0 viewers, but there's people in the chat. No one can find us.
Mine says that there's 17 watching.
I've got 4 now.
But now it's gone down to 12. Now they've realized it's just you and me, and they know that neither of us have got any direction whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm just answering. I am just answering.
Things are going up now, man. Things are going up.
Are live now. Sorry, I would have hit, guys. I would have hit the go live button earlier, but for a second, then it like disconnected me from chat, and then I didn't have, and then it kicked me out of the live broadcast malarkey. I think they're just like, right, we're gonna get rid of messages in YouTube, and you know, we've been dying to get rid of Hangouts for so long, but now the dirty podcasters are using it. Ugh.
It's all of that processing power taken up from listening what's going on in the background so that they can try and sell you things.
Yeah, I know. You all right there?
Yeah.
You gonna come over? Say hello.
Jack, why is there just 2 of us? Where's everyone else? Where's Tony? Where's MJ? Where's Curry Kitten? Hello.
It should be an all right show. Tony's not here.
It better be.
Yeah.
No fucking about.
All right.
Don't make up for Tony.
You should have given you this knife.
That's already a swear word.
Yeah, I know, but we like him.
I'll be back to check up on you.
Okay. Yes, Mum.
What is Tony doing? Is out with friends or something, you were saying?
No, Tony is fuck it, he's not here. Tony is is picking up his you know.
What does that say on there? All pod what?
Oh, hang on.
All poo dive matters.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like those are the wrong word. All poo dive matters. No, I don't know. I'm like not the one to be talking about correct English and stuff.
Well, it's meant to be wrong because, you know, like Pico.
So Tony's out with his better half.
Yep.
Curry Kitten is probably on. He's always on holiday, isn't he?
The flat is looking extra trashed because, as you can see, I'm doing the Thursday night show at 10 o'clock. So after this, give it an hour and you can listen to me play some 80s music.
I love how you're like, get through this hour if you can, and then the good stuff will be after this show.
Oh, don't be silly, you tart. So, yeah, like, I tell you what, though, last night on Twitch was like...
I missed you twitching last night.
Mate, it was just too late. It must have been. I was like, or I've been slacking and not doing it enough. But
I kind of feel like I haven't been invited because it's become a platform for me to talk about controversial subjects.
I liked it in a way, secretly, but I was shitting myself.
So what are we going to talk about? Like just me and you then? Like, I've got some. I got actually some pretty exclusive news, and all the other people aren't here to, you know, they're not here to hear about this exclusive news that I've got.
Go for it, man.
Well, I hear that there. I mean, you probably won't know about this because you don't touch anything that's not like mainstream or whatever. But for like for the last 6 months or so, there've been these goggles that have been sort of teased that are coming out from Ishin called the EV200Ds. Have you ever even heard of them?
I've heard of the Ishin 200s, like, you know, the white ones with the two antennas, like,
Yeah.
from, you know, obviously being friends with Oscar Lang. That's very good, isn't it? You know, like, but name dropping and then forgetting who you're friends with is pretty
So,
bad. He bought me lunch last time I saw him.
So, like, anyways, they were coming out with these goggles, and they got announced like last year, end of last year, and people got really excited, and then they never turned up. Like,
Well, they got reviewed and got a bit slated. They were like, "These
no,
aren't Fat Shark."
No. They never. I think you're thinking of the EV100s, which are the cheap version. Then they decided that they leaked like a load of stuff saying we're coming out with this this goggle, this EV200, and everyone got really excited because it's got like multiversity, so 2 diversity modules in each side. But then and they said, oh, they'll be coming out in February, and then nothing, and like a whole bunch of people are like waiting for them to come out and be released because they're like 200 quid, and they're HD, they got a DVR, they got all of the specs that, you know.
What makes them HD though? Because surely it's
HD as in, you know, the screen's HD, as in 720p, 1280 by 720p, so like what you would call in 2004 a HD ready TV. But anyways, I have a feeling that sorry, I'm getting distracted reading the chat. I would say look out at some of the big channels. I have a feeling you're going to see them this week. I think they are real. They are a real thing that exists. A lot of people thought that they were just something that were being made up so that you didn't go and buy Fat Sharks, and it didn't work anyways, because most people who were waiting on them just went and bought something else anyways. But
what were those goggles that you really liked with the weird strap? Have you sent them out? Have you
weird strap?
Yeah, you know, the ones with the glasses ones. Did you put that review up already?
Yeah, the Vipers. So that was another, and you see, there's loads of interesting stuff that I wanted to chat to people about, because I wanted to see if NJ got any of this stuff actually. Those, if you watched the last episode of Flight Test, they did like a tour of they like bought like a golf site, haven't they? And that's going to be like their thing. And all of them were wearing those Viper goggles. I like them. I did find, it's funny, I like them, but I found problems with them that if it was any other goggle that wasn't doing anything different, they'd get written off. But you can wear them with your glasses on, like legitimately doesn't bother you when they just go over the top. And so I think,
is there any chance of the old,
what do you mean,
when you take them out? My hair,
a little bit, yeah, a tiny bit. What I actually liked about them, it was that bit comes off completely, and you end up with like a monitor in front of you. But because it's like using a periscope system, then it doesn't matter that there's light coming in. I mean, obviously, if you're getting distracted by people that are around you, but you know, flying with you, Jack, it's nice to be able to see what's going on around you at the same time, if you know
what's that supposed to mean, man?
Well,
you know, me getting a bit rapey with you.
Well, it turns out that when I was flying with you, unbeknownst to me, I get home and there's a live stream of me flying on your YouTube that I didn't even know was occurring, because
on my YouTube,
yeah, not on your one, on this one, I think.
Oh,
so no,
but
but
wasn't me. I don't
I
know.
also think, like, and I mentioned it in my video as well. I think something like that's good because if ever this all gets taken down from regulations, you know, I mean, even now people say, "Oh, flying with goggles is illegal, anyways."
No, it's not. We got a exemption.
Well, some people say that, you know, it's illegal. Then with that, you can still see your model. Technically, you can look up and see your model line of sight and do FPV at the same time, but still get a sort of FPV sort of experience. So
You can't look at two things at once unless you're a cow. That's what I say.
you can't look at two things at once. You have to be joking. We are the generation of not being able to look at as I'm doing this on a podcast. I have my telephone here and I'm doing something else. We are the gener. I was talking
What,
to you about.
masturbating? Are you masturbating
No,
again? Live on air?
that would be doing three things at once.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Can we? I was hoping we could go back to the whole like. Can we get into the groove of yesterday where we were chatting about how like, am I allowed to say this? Please don't kill me. But you were like, people just use Instagram as softcore porn, and I was like, what, the warm up strokes?
Well, yeah, you know, this is your podcast, Jack. So you know, I'm happy to talk about anything. I just, yeah. No,
let's
I
talk
think,
about how shit YouTube is, shall we?
well, that's how the conversation got to that point, and we were talking about like the decline of YouTube, which I think is definitely a thing and it is happening. And my the reason I think that is because YouTube, like I think more people are moving away from their computers and are sitting looking at their phones, you know, doing exactly that, you know, maybe watching the TV. I mean, you know, I said to you, how often can you just sit down and watch a film all the way through without having to do this? And you know, um, for me, like I can't sit and even watch anything without be doing something. And it just turns out that a lot of the time you just listen to what the TV's doing, and you're on your Instagram. But what you're not doing on your phone, well, certainly not me, is watching a 20-minute video on, you know, how to do beta flight and stuff.
Well,
So
I did. Maybe I'm closer to Generation X than you, dirty millennial.
what?
No,
I'm way older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
35 now, man.
Oh yeah.
What are you, like 29 or something?
Oh, that's amazing. That is a let. Yo, apparently I'm 29.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
How old are you? How old do you think he is?
I have no idea because
Okay.
whatever it is, you should say 4 years younger than what you think to not be rude. So
Why are
I'm
you
going
trying to sleep with him? I like
No,
going to
I just
girls. Oh, it's rude to ask how old you are, how much you weigh, and then they usually tell you.
I don't know, 20s, 27.
27.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
It's a good guess, though, isn't it?
Not far off.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
I
How old
don't
are
know.
you again?
29.
He's 29.
I always think there's no win. You can't win in that situation, really, you know. But anyways, that's how that conversation started. I think like YouTube as a platform is in decline.
But
just-
what about Twitch? Because so many people are like watching fucking people like play dinosaur games and shit like that, and it's like,
I guess those are those people that do still sit at computers and laptops. But I think
you can say hi yourself. He has got the chat. Joe Duffy says hi, by the way.
I think the platforms like Instagram have got are much easily consumed on a mobile device rather than YouTube. So that's why I think
I disagree with you. I think you're just seeing the peaks of, like, you know, toilet time. Everyone's got pink eye now, and when they're pooping, they're on Instagram. Please, I almost have made water come out your nose. Then
what are you talking? Are you talking about? Oh, what was that called? Are you a dirty thunderstorm or whatever?
Oh my god! No, you taught me about the dirty thunderstorm. Do you want to run through what the dirty thunderstorm
No,
is?
I definitely
I
do
thought it
not.
was amazing.
No, I
Like,
definitely do not. But do not Google what a dirty thunderstorm is. Although I think we're about to have one.
this is coming from the guy who released a video about docking.
Oh yeah, you see, man, there's so much great stuff being released, and you've just got us two idiots to talk about it.
Yeah.
But the Dock King I was really impressed with it. They've released the Android app. Like what annoyed me about it is I reviewed it and I said, oh, it's going to have all of this future functionality, and then a day later they released all of the future functionality. So they released the Android app yesterday, and they released a new firmware that means that it'll now work with any single module, which is great. That means, like, if you've got one of the 1.3 gig modules, you can just put that in and it'll work. The Clearview, the rapid fire, it's basically they've come up with like a pass through, so it's just basically like a dominator module bay.
Yeah.
And so it means that, you know, anyone with a pair of goggles that has video in can now use all these diversity modules and stuff. And so yeah, so there was that came out, the Viper goggles, and that company, the Viper company, has got some cool cameras coming out as well. And today's video was interesting because I didn't even know it was a thing that was happening, but I received a flight controller with a built-in Bluetooth module. So that was today's video. So I think, like, we've recently had like a lull of like not much is changing in the hobby of what we do and stuff. And then in the space of a week, I've seen like lots of innovation. So you know, maybe that's gonna ramp up again. I don't know. But
We've
yeah,
seen the golden age of quads. It's all downhill from now. Richard Warwick. Any news on the blue what? Blue hat? I don't know. I don't know what that house. Apparently, people want AMA. Ask Andy anything.
AMA? What's that mean?
Ask me anything.
Oh, yeah, sure. Ask me. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Ask Andy anything. All you've got to do is go in the chat and put at Andy RC.
Cool.
Andy, are you depressed?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
You suffer from anxiety.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
right.
But I don't know. That's I think the whole. Am I depressed? I think there's like, it's difficult because I think there's just so much stuff in life that you can do, and I never feel like I'm bored. And I think if I was depressed, I'd be bored. But I think, I don't know. I think anyone who lives in a first world country is depressed. It's an interesting subject because we have so many expectations of each other. Like, you know, in a third world country, your priorities are get food, survive, eat, and then in the first world, it's right. Find a partner, be in a great job, you know, be successful. Oh, why aren't you on TV, and why aren't you a millionaire, and all of this business? And it's like, well, can you eat food? Then you're doing better than. So have you got running water? So I don't know.
I answer.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's how I kind of rate things. I mean,
yeah,
I've gone back on the meds just the other day. Unfortunately, I'm slowly losing my battle with depression. But you know, I still carry on. I don't think you're depressed. You got weird anxieties though. Do you know what I mean? Because
oh, I've
you
always
always say like,
I've always had anxiety. Yeah, that's I think a lot of creative people do have that because you know, if you don't have that, then you just go out and have fun. But to sit down and like sit down and think, right, I'm gonna sit on my own for 16 hours and make a video. You know, people who aren't restricted by that go out and do other stuff and just enjoy life, I think. But like a lot you'll find a lot of musicians, you know, a lot of anyone doing stuff on YouTube and doing art and stuff, they do that because they can't do the normal things that people can do, just going out in bars and clubs and having fun and stuff. But in another way, I think we need those kind of people because they're the same kind of people that sit and figure out how cell phones are made and how cameras work and you know why can we sit here and be live on the internet? Someone just sat in a room probably figured that out, you know. So
yeah, I don't know. Though you kind of need a motivation to do that, though. Do you know what I mean? If you know if you got
I don't know. It's just yeah, I just boredom, I guess. You know, so like I can play. My thing is I can play loads of instruments. So I can play the drums, the guitar, the bass, the piano. Why can I do that? Because well, I just spent loads of time. It was options for me to make to pass the time. You
all
know,
you need is dogs and weed and FPV.
yeah, I need to get friends with Bradders, I think.
Yeah, I know. Like anything, if you're having a bad time, just sit in Brad's van for half an hour. You'll start feeling a bit better.
So Fraser said, Andy RC, do you do anything for money outside of YouTube? The answer is no. I've got.
Blowjobs.
That's actually how I met Jack. Funny story. He'll tell you that you know, we met at Weston Park and you know he saw me all sunburnt. But the truth is I was I was you know I was at a low point. I was at a low point in my life and I ended up in Brighton and I was under Brighton Pier and just Jack was there, you know, and what can I say? Money exchanged hands and here we are.
Services. Andy, how was the mini air show?
The mini air show was amazing. It was great to meet everyone actually, and yeah, it was great. I mean, like the weather wasn't great on the Saturday, but it didn't affect me whatsoever because you know I just you know was walking around and people chatting to me and stuff. Really nice to hear people that say like, oh, you know, you got me into the hobby and you know and all this business. So that was really nice, and to just be with you guys as well. So yeah, we're all in the same place, which you know is rare. So
I just like the thought of you being outside, not in a field next to a dog shit bin.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, yeah, you don't want to stand too close to it though. Yeah, it's quite whiffy.
Is anyone going to RC Fest with the RC Sailors? Weren't you on about the RC Sailors at one point?
I've only ever okay. The RC Sailors used to do this thing with a guy called Flying Ryan. And Flying Ryan, he's got like 100,000 subscribers, but he hasn't posted a video in a year. He like took a year off, yeah, and any comments that he sort of puts on his channel, he says that he got all like stressed out with the like reviewing models and stuff, which it does get stressful, especially if you're working at the same time. you get a big pile of stuff, and people just think, oh, people, you know, reviewers just do reviews on YouTube to get free stuff, and it's not that at all, and it can really get on top of you, especially when Tony's like, where's that video of you know, and you know,
I send you death threats in the post.
oh well, yeah, those ones are you know, I can ignore those ones, you know, but I can't ignore the ones from companies that are relying on you, you know. When you've got you know, 20 boxes of stuff piled up, you're like, is this fun? Sometimes, you know. So anyways, I'm getting off track. So this Flying Ryan guy used to do this this back and forth with the RC sailors. Like they do, I think it was just a way to sort of interact with other YouTubers, which we don't, no one really does that too much. Obviously there's Road to Riot that all get together and stuff, but that, like, so their idea was to do these challenges, and I think they did it with this Flying Ryan guy, and so they wanted to do a challenge with me. They sent me like a well, they didn't tell me about it actually. They made a video saying, Andy RC, we challenge you to blah blah blah, and then all of their followers comment on my video and tell me I've got to do this thing. And so I did it, and then like I did it like 3 days after, because like I have nothing else going on. You know, so I did this challenge: fly a MIDI quad with the transmitter behind your back, and then.
Didn't you lose your monetization because you look like you're in handcuffs?
Yeah, that happened. It's exactly the same time that they brought in the not suitable for advertisers thing. And that was my first video that got done for that, you know, inappropriate and stuff. Yeah, so
really,
but I don't, ever since, funnily enough, Jack, ever since I started doing this show and my videos have got a little bit more edgy, I don't think, because those guys are family friendly, and they sort of, I've never said that my channel was family friendly, but you know, they said that in one of their videos. Oh, go and check Andy out. I think they said he's fairly family friendly, but maybe if they saw the Slipknot cover that I posted a couple of weeks ago, perhaps that might have scared them off a little bit. No, I think the RC sailors are cool. I know Ash didn't like it. I think he had like a run in with them, but I think it's cool because they're like a couple. They both do RC together, and that's like living the dream for me. Can you imagine if you found a partner that was like willing to put up with your RC stuff to the point where you could have a YouTube channel together? I would love that. So, you know, I don't.
Ladies, he's on the market.
You think there are ladies watching?
Yeah, of course there's ladies watching. Tornado Girl would have you if you actually left your house, I'm sure.
I'm leaving my house this weekend. If you're leaving your house, Jack, you're just as bad.
I've got to leave. Yeah, I know, but I'm like got toilet issues. You just think you sweat a lot. If you really want to freak Andy RC out, go up to him and sniff him.
Well, thanks for that. Thanks for releasing that on the internet, Jack.
You don't smell.
If you really want to upset Jack, just remove all of the toilets.
Yeah, cling film the toilets.
Yeah, I feel bad when I say that, but I know when you say it, you just don't feel bad whatsoever. Are you? What's happening this weekend, Jack? And trying to find out, but nothing from Andrew. He's gone AWOL.
Yeah, Andrew is somewhere in the UK doing a secret squirrel project that he won't tell me anything about. All I know is it definitely involves some sort of electronics, because he was complaining about a certain connector. It's also his birthday. Happy birthday.
Is that today? I'm terrible at remembering people's birthdays.
It's on Facebook. Facebook should have told you.
Yeah, but my Facebook's gone a bit crazy with, you know, FPV content and stuff. So my notifications are a bit nuts. But happy birthday, Andrew. I wonder why on his birthday it would not have been a treat him to be on Let's Drone Out so we can all.
Because he's got a life. Other than, I can't believe Tony's excuse. Like, Tony makes me do this shit. I've been in hospital all day. And
Today?
Yeah. And he's like, whenever I'm like, I can't do the show, he's like, if you ain't doing the show, I'm not doing the show. I should have been like, I'm not doing the show if Tony's not doing the show.
Yeah,
Tony's got the worst excuse ever today as well. He's a taxi driver.
He should
have paid. He should have paid Simon to go get her and done the show.
Who's Simon?
Simon is our taxi driving friend, who's very funny but very inappropriate.
Well, you guys have got this thing that you've never missed an episode in 2 years, and I think that's I think it'd be fine to miss an episode, wouldn't it? People would understand.
No, guys, put in the chat how pissed off you'd be if we missed an episode. I'd be distraught.
Mr. Thrust is asking if anyone is going to Western Park this weekend, and that's what I was
covered.
That's what I was trying to get to. Which days are you going to Western Park?
I quite like last week's. How northern is Andy RC?
Not very. I'm not very.
So I've got another. Let's go for that. Andy RC, what is a snicket? You're northern.
I have never a snicket.
Yeah, Google it.
Never heard of it.
I know what a snicket is.
Snickets.
Am I now more northern than you?
I always thought you were, Jack, really.
I'm not northern.
It says here that it's a narrow passage between houses.
There you go, people. There's a northern term for you. Snicket.
Well, it depends what you class as northern, Jack. You know? Well, I'm not, though, am I? I'm just above London. That is not north. Scotland would be north, wouldn't it?
You need to pay me, bro. I will hook you up. Just really busy at the mo, says Mikey Dread.
I dropped my Western spot because it fell on the same dates as the Scottish DRO, but now it's being cancelled due to weather. I was thinking of popping down. Well, I hear the weather is going to be cack for Western Park, which is again why I'm trying to get out of Jack. Which day is he going? Because Saturday,
both.
You're going both. Because Saturday apparently going to rain all day, 80% rain all day. Sunday, no rain.
Yeah, I am with Andrew / Frank. I have to go see Andrew / Frank tomorrow because I have built his magical box. I've told you this several times.
Yes, and but you haven't told me what
Saturday. We are going. You could see the box and I see you.
He's getting so aggressive about the box that he's made.
I know. The box is over there. There. That's the in and out.
What, that cardboard box?
Yeah, it's inside there. See, I do stuff and then it goes to go out and then people don't pay for it or fucking do it. Darnome, I put your shirt in for order. And if you guys want white Let's Drone Out shirts, let me know. Email andyrc@gmail.com. What's your email, Andy?
What are we giving my email out for?
You're going to take orders for t-shirts.
Am I?
Yeah. Let's Drone Out @gmail.com.
I was going to say it'd probably get missed with my email because I just get spammed loads of stuff.
Shed loads of creative / quad / geek guys are not content. That's why they make stuff. If it was, they were content, they wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Bill M says non-emotional does not mean depressive. We need to get back to forming groups and bond, apparently. But Falling with Style says clubs are overrated. MC Creation says, well, I've had depression since 1992. Really? You were depressed in the 90s? But it was all about girl power and shit like that.
I just think it's a telling of our times. You know, we've got too much pressure like coming from all angles, you know. And I don't think the mobile phone. Sometimes, like, you know, when you can't get hold of me, it's because I just sometimes have to turn it off and just like I can't deal with internet today. I can't do like.
I thought
you
you
know.
were just ferociously masturbating. That's what you told
Well,
me.
that's what I do to fill the time
Yeah.
when the phone's off. You see, it also gives the hand free then to, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, I had a dream about you.
Oh, I like it when because I had a dream about you where you were, what did I say? You were Brad Pitt or something like that.
And what I did was I forced Andrew to print me a screwdriver with balls on the end of it, and I called them talk balls. Like, so it was like a penis-shaped screwdriver, and I was begging you to review it on April Fool's. Be like, Jack's driver with talk balls, it can undo anything, and it was supposed to be big and thing, and you were like really angry at me.
So going back to the question, are you depressed, Jack? And what do you think that dream means?
I know, but I don't know. I think it's because I put loads of effort into making it. Oh man, it's summer and I am molting so bad.
Molting, like
I'm like a cat.
Does Andy RC have scraps with his fish and chips? Now, the word scrap.
That is northern as fuck.
I don't think it is, because we don't call it scraps.
What do you call it?
We call it fishy bits. It's the bits left over. It's the bits left at, like, you go into a fish and
something else to me.
if you go into our local fish and chip shop and say, can I have fish and chips with fishy bits on top, please? That's what that means. But I think that's what scraps means there. But you see, because Droning On says scraps rock, and he's southern, so, you know, I think above the Birmingham line, they become fishy bits. Are you still there? I can't hear you. Oh, you are. You're just looking through the image. When you say no, ask Andy RC things, I didn't think it'd be about fish and chips.
I know. MC Creations, sweetie, bless you. She nearly died. Her mum nearly died, and then she goes, or he goes. I don't really know.
No, man, you have to be careful as well. Talking, you know, you can get demonetized for even mentioning the word.
What? Gender?
No, depression on YouTube. There were a lot of when all of this demonetization thing came out, it was deemed that talking about subjects like that were like unsuitable for advertisers.
Oh shit, that's the point.
And there were loads of channels that got like that was their thing, you know. That's how they dealt with it themselves, was they made a channel and they got really popular because obviously lots of people suffer from it, and then they started getting demonetized because it's seen as like negativity, talking about negativity and stuff.
Luke, Falling with Style, can you remind me next week to mod you in the chat? Because I totally forgotten to mod you. Give me a weave, please, to Liverpool. What does that mean? Liverpool Stickos?
I have no idea.
Give me a wave. Hello.
In Manchester, it's scrap. So yeah, I forget Ash is from Manchester, isn't he?
Is he? Is he actually northern? What
I think so.
Word? Search Google for that word. Mr. Scos.
We need Andy RC merch.
Oh, check him out. He's got like a little YouTube video. I'm watching his YouTube video.
Whose video you're watching?
Mr. I thought it was a word. Scott. STE. Cos. Stakos. He's like diving a wrecked building. He's having a bit of a fly about.
What buildings are not erect? you just put that word in there because you like that word, because there are no buildings that are not erect.
Yeah, I know.
I guess tents are a little bit floppy.
I don't know. Yeah, he's having a good time. I'm watching it. Up here in Scotland, I never heard of getting scrumps with my chips. In the East, they just drown your supper in brown sauce till it's all swimming. I can't believe this is what this show has turned into, talking about fish and chips. Andy RC, merch little bags of dog turds from the bit, lol.
Well, yes. Only an LDO audience would come up with something like that. Yes, I could if I got desperate. Yes, I could, like, little bags of, just collect the bags. Say, oh, don't put that in there. This is going out to my Patreons.
If you are a patron, do you get to be a mod? As also I've become one. Yes. Oh, I think Jack's screwing up here. I think I need to change over. Hang on, guys. If any of you donate who are not a mod, hang on, let me just switch back to.
Ash says he feels like he's accidentally tuning into one of our video calls. That would be how this would go.
Yeah.
Except much more offensive on the actual video call.
Add as moderator. Add as moderator. Is anyone else a mod now? Before, I can't believe how much I've You've still not offended me, but that may be my fault. Are you still not modded me? Okay, you're a moderator. Oh dear. I can't believe how slapdash I've got with that. Try it now, guys. Type. See if that works.
Joe Duffy is saying, Andy, what has the Patreon money going towards? I've had a single payment from Patreon, actually, and it has gone towards, and Jack, you'll like this, it's gone towards, well, I had to buy a load of batteries, but it's also gone towards a Mr. Steel PDB and a KISS V2 board, and I'm going to do a video where I upgrade. I've got an Impulse Alien, but it really needs an upgrade. It needs a new VTX. It needs a new flight controller. So that's what that has gone to at the moment.
Someone said, who said it? FX Node says helping hands ? I salute you. That is such a good. I love it when your watchers rip on you because they hardly ever do. They're all like, "Oh, Andy, you're so lovely."
No, they don't, man. They don't. That's why I say it. You know, you use helping hands, don't you? I've seen you with your little grips and stuff.
Yeah, man. I love them.
They just get in the way of the camera for me, and they just slow down the process. I've never been one for using.
These were my aunties, and I couldn't find the magnifying glass, so I just put the.
It looks ghetto. It looks like, you know, it's the sort of device that should straighten the leg back up or something.
Yeah, I know. Mine do look like some sort of lesbian love tongue. That's what I kind of, and the heat shrink's kind of melted off from back in the day when I couldn't solder properly. I should really reskin them.
I do have helping hands. It's just that when you make a build video like the ones I do, it's 2 weeks out of your life. You know, it's like 4 or 5 days of filming. That tricopter video that I did.
We didn't see you for about a month.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't see me for ages. But when it was funny, I was editing it down, right? And I think I put 6 hours of footage into Premiere, and I'd edited down that 6 hours, and it came to 4 minutes long. So, you know.
Oh, you like this?
What is going? No, I'm like this.
Pro tip. Sorry, Andy. Pro tip: get some of the thick coaxial cable and put it in the middle, solder it, and it stops it crimping down and sort of only going in one way. Carry on. What were you saying?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh no.
Mr. Thrust is just pondering whether to go to Western Park, but it's a
You've
bit,
got to
a
go.
bit of a drive.
You got to go. You got to come down, have fish and chips with us, and get some scraps.
I'm going because it's pretty close to where I am. But like it's a long way to go if it's raining, man.
Ash is giving me some poo poo in the thing. He says, and I'm going to read it out in a really snarky way. Just to briefly talk about drones. Jack didn't ask Greg my question last week. I tried. I even pasted it into the chat, didn't I, Andy RC? I posted it into our private chat.
I have no idea what was the question.
I can't remember.
No, we said it out, didn't we? I think the ones that you posted in the chat.
But last week, you and I chatted afterwards, and he loved my idea of combining a module diversity attachment with an Omni and a patch antenna.
Doing what?
I don't know. I don't understand either.
Andy got me into building back in the day with, oh, that's nice, Tornado Girl, with the Sky and the Hubson controller. Yeah, that's how I started. The thing is it's so difficult. Like when, I was really lucky when I started doing like YouTube videos. I was like, no one had done a build video when I was doing them, and now like every 3 days a build video comes out by someone, and Bruce talked about it actually. Bruce Simpson, you looked at his channel, he's not producing anything, and he just said, well, I can't, because there's just so many channels doing reviews of stuff now. Everyone wants to be doing it, which is fine, but it's quite difficult for anyone, I think, to get any kind of views on YouTube now. And I'm lucky in a way that I've always sort of been into video, so I was there at the start. But I think if I started doing what I do now, oh man, it wouldn't stand a chance, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Let's Drone Out. Like, we were the first like drone podcast, really, in a way. And it's just sort of, we just kept as a habit, but we still can't break that 60 viewers. Like,
live viewers. 60 viewers? You've got 58 now.
Yeah, but
58 watching me and you talk nonsense.
I know, isn't it? Do you know what? As soon as it hits the hour mark, me and you are going to play an hour's worth of Stardew Valley.
I thought you had got your show to do.
No, it's all right. We've rolled 10. The editor's looking happy. Can you masturbate or something?
Why?
Yeah,
why
you'll
not?
definitely get taken down if you do that. FX Nerd, I remember Andy's DIY goggles. Yeah, that was the thing as well back in the
DIY goggles. Let's see that. Send me the link.
Oh, I don't know where it is, man. DIY goggles. I can't even remember now. But yeah, back in the day, like there was, like Fat Sharks were just, you just could not buy them. You could not afford them. You can't, and even now, but no one had them. So, being poor and not able to
no, you're not poor. You're northern.
Yeah, same thing. So I come up with like, well, how can I do FPV off my phone and stuff like that. I even found a way to FPV through my TV. So I can't remember the name of the website now, but there's a video on my channel from years and years ago. I found a video transmitter that worked off the old, when TV was analog, it ran off like 400 megahertz or something. You know when TV like had snow with it, and then it became digital and stuff.
Oh my god!
Well, I found a VTX that ran off like BBC Two's old channel or something like that. It's on my channel from years ago. So, and that was literally just because I didn't have.
I've literally got a modulator down there are taken out of a Mega Drive and Sega Master System. Yes, I know. Analog TV.
So there's
Lord help, I can't believe you're talking to me like a dirty millennial, Andy RC.
Wow, that's apparently that's what I am.
You are. What year were you born?
83. Man, I really have to think about
You are
that.
Generation X. Bloody hell.
No, that's not Generation X, is it? I thought those were 70s.
No. Yeah, 70s to 80s.
So anyways, that's what like the thing is now, like everything's ready to fly, everything's you know,
man, we're missing so much of the chat.
It's not do it yourself anymore. And but that's like what my channel was built on. It was like hacking stuff, and there's nothing to hack anymore, you know.
You should like, I've really thought about it. Like, I want to do a project with Frank, and I'm going to talk about it. I wanted to get some ZMR arms, sharpen up the wrong end of them, and poke them into a potato, and then screw a flight controller in the top of it, and fly a potato, and be like, you know, how to FPV on a budget, but like take the piss. And that's kind of what
you see. I used to love doing all that, but the thing is, you couldn't do that today because it's illegal.
To fly a potato?
No, to transmit. What was funny is about old analog is that the digital TV that we have in the UK now, it still runs on those low frequencies, like 400 megahertz. So I'd be flying that.
We're at 61.
And do you know what I do? So I use the aerial on the house for getting like TV reception, and that would be the aerial for my FPV.
No way.
And the problem is, though, anytime I got near to the aerial, it would knock out all of the digital TV channels, not not just in the house, like in the area, because you know. So like people were getting like the TV repairman to come around, like the aerial, to check the aerial out, and I was like, I gotta stop doing this.
No way, Ofcom. You shouldn't have said that out loud, man. Ofcom are gonna fucking.
Well, this was we're talking like 5 years ago and stuff, and yeah, exactly. So you can't do it, but you know, it was a lot of fun doing that stuff.
That's better. Don't suit my girlfriend's channel. Right, let's try and catch up, man, because I am really behind on the.
I've been talking ages about stuff.
Oh man. Have 6 cats apparently. Empty creations. Good on you. I love cats. Cats are my favorite. They don't live too far from me, apparently. I don't know what you're on about. Nah, and these guys just chat amongst themselves. Someone said, "Oi, you two, get it's you 2 or 3. You know, you should start like recording videos together." It's hard getting Andy RC out of his house and hard getting me away from a toilet.
It's not just that as well. Like the YouTube thing is my full-time thing, and I literally, I mean, I think I said it in a news video, but I got up 6 a.m. this morning, and I finished the video that I was doing today at 7 o'clock. I've come on and done. Actually, Thursdays I try and make up, like, give a free hour to the podcast, and that's but all of the other time is spent, you know, doing absolutely this full time. So yeah, it's quite tricky to find the time to do stuff with Jack, but when I do, it's awesome.
Right, should we have a bit of a farm?
Yeah.
All right, let's try and get through.
We've got 64 watches, Jack.
Holy shit, 65. That is mental.
Yeah,
Did someone like share us or something?
People, yeah, that's like, how is it just me and you talking?
I know. We never broke 60 ever.
The most amount of it. Perhaps we should carry on talking about, you know.
I've seen a ground station that rotates 360 degrees and follows your craft in any direction. Would like to see this become commercially available at a reasonable price.
Well, wasn't that a thing for a while? Antenna trackers have been around for a while, haven't they?
Yeah. What happened was that like it got reviewed by the reviewer in the UK, and then he turned out to be a massive pedo, the reviewer, and then they just wanted to dissociate, and then no one else like reviewed it.
What you know on my once you told me that, and I was trying to come up with jokes for that tricopter video.
Yeah.
I came up with a joke for that.
Let's hear it. Or
No,
is it heinous?
I cannot. It's also not going to make sense. But there was a YouTuber that turned out to be a wrong un, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And he was a RC YouTube reviewer.
Yep.
And we should just leave it at that, because else we could end up having a claim against you and end up in court and stuff.
Who gives a fuck? I am interested in a tiny whoop binder fly for Free Sky, and I want that one that can do flips and rolls. Where's the best place to look for UK delivery? Get an actual tiny whoop. There's a tiny whoop kit. It is unbelievably simple to put together. Not only does it come with instructions, but it slots together, and it's all for under £100. It's like £99, I think. And get it from Drone Junkie. The guy's name's Jem, but it's like kind of spelt like Kamal.
Tell him Jack sent you. He's earning 5% off this.
I don't earn any money, but the guy did send me a hoodie once because I like the hoodie design. Top bloke, Jem. But yeah, go on there. It's the new BV2. It's got the OSD. You can transmit on 1 milliwatt or go up to 25, which is cool. So if you're indoor flying and stuff.
Smart audio.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely proper. I don't normally post links for stuff, but
why not?
Well, it's just like. But honestly, like I told my friend, God, what the hell? I've forgotten his name. Hang on. What can I call you without Tom? Yeah, sorry, I'll call him by his name. Tom, to get one. He got one and it was amazing. It already had like pre-programmed tune in it and everything. It was great. So it's Drone Junkie. And like it does come as a kit, but like it is brush system, brush kit builds, I think. It's so badly like you'd never find it. But there you go. At WY.
Richard says Drone Junkie is an excellent site, bought loads of stuff. He even put sweets in every order.
Yeah, is
not the same guy you were talking about earlier, Jack.
No, that's it. Yeah. I think if you've got a credit card, he knows that you're of age. Like, can you make it yourself quite easily with an Arduino RX5808 module? Apparently, I don't know what that means. You still there?
Sure.
You should be on, Ash. Haven't been asked. Oh, sorry, Ash. Do you know what? I keep just ask us. Just message to us. You're friends with us on Facebook. Just ask to come on. Like we've had him on all the time. Like it's dumb. So there is a little bit of an assembly, but it is unbelievable. If you can't put that quad back together, I will lick Andy RC's nipple at Weston.
No, you will not.
Oh, why?
You've had enough of that. I might because the Me Too movement and all this business. I have rights, Jack.
I have to. Me too. Don't try and sandwich yourself in with that.
Sandwich. That's a good description of it.
Yeah. Oh man, can you imagine? Like Can was apparently dead as anything because the Weinstein Company wasn't like supplying cocaine and hotel rooms.
Wow.
It's really it's a shame because Harvey Weinstein was an alright dude, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, man. He done so much for like. Is he he's the old guy that's dead now?
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
No, he's the guy that's.
Is he the wrong one?
He's the one that's. Just
who was the old guy, the original guy?
Bill Cosby, are you talking about?
No, not Bill Cosby. Definitely not Bill. Oh my god. We're gonna stop talking.
Gary Glitter, was it?
No, they are rescheduling the DRL down to an event like Western Park, but I'm not going to be able to get a weekend.
You should probably say on record that you've got it wrong, because Harvey Weinstein, I hear, is a bit of a jerk.
Oh, I've got it wrong. Sorry, I don't know what to talk about. I just thought because he's done a lot for indie film making, that was all.
Yeah, but it's what he's done. It's what he done to, like, roofies sales is the issue, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
That was Bill Cosby, allegedly.
Yeah. Like, stuff like Clerks and that wouldn't exist and stuff like that. Andy, can anyone make reviews, but honest reviews? Not that many. This is what people look for. You need another girls' night to boost the ratings, Jack. Well, after that conversation, we can't be trusted.
What was that about reviews? Can I make honest reviews?
Andy, anyone can make reviews, but honest reviews, not that many. That's what most people look for.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, I'm 100% honest the entire time. It's just me. I mean, I don't think people would come back and watch your channel if you weren't. They'd hunt you out, So.
Does anyone want to meet up for free skull at Lothans? I only ever see race meets up happening. It would be nice for folk to share some spots. I did the same thing, Andy RC. Onboard transmitter run off a 9-volt battery, says Ash.
You see, it's against the law, but you're only really gonna upset your neighbors if you do it. And I don't think you can buy it anymore. I bought it off like AliExpress, before I even had a YouTube channel, and yeah, it was kind of funny.
Oh my god, I am so behind on the chat.
The chat's going crazy, man.
Stop writing stuff. We're never gonna get through it.
Andy, also the best site for unbiased reviews. Oh, thank you.
Oh my god. Hey Ed, just followed you. Oh my word.
I wish you could put some.
Oh my god, I'm so behind on chat. I'm so.
Keep up the good work, Andy.
Jack,
you guys are awesome.
Thank you so much for. I did this. I'm over the other side of the country. Well, mate, stay there because at least you haven't left the EU. You're ready to fly is the shit today. I've had 2 Hawk 5s and they're the best flying drones I've ever had.
You don't agree with that though, Jack, do you?
No, I'm just talking tripe, mate. I don't know.
I always say one. I always say you should build. You should learn to build. Yeah. Because I get so many questions. Like I had, I can't remember the chat, but he said, I crashed my Hawk 5, and now it won't arm. What do I do? And I'm like, oh man, well, there is such a long list of things that and I think if you go back and watch a build video, if you've got a problem with an RTF and haven't got a clue where to start, watch a build video, because you need to understand how each part works, and you need to learn how to troubleshoot and fault find. And the way that the way that I think RTFs are good is once you have learned how to build, and then you can just go and buy the Hawk 5 straight off the shelf, have an amazing model, but if you crash it and it stops working, you instantly know how to fix it. Otherwise, you working backwards is a lot harder, and a lot more expensive as well, because you probably just won't figure it out and just go and buy another one. And maybe we're in a position where you can just do that these days, because they are really cheap. I mean, when I was looking at getting my first mini quad, I was looking at a Blackout, and the price was coming to like 600 quid for like, and that's without transmitter, without FPV goals. And now we're talking 189 quid for you know, one of the fastest models on the market, one of the fastest models you could even build, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I like the RTF market, but I think you should still build one as well.
Yeah, I am a big advocate of like, yeah, build one, but
well, that's what it's a hobby at the end of the day. And you know, some people like flying the best, and some people like building and flying, and some people just like building. I was chatting to a guy the other day that's never flown a quadcopter, but he's got like 6 or 7 of them because he just likes building them, and that's it. He doesn't even have an interest in flying them. And that's hobbies for you know. Everyone's got a different aspect of it they enjoy, I guess.
Right. RC Sailors recently said that 30 quid Eachine was good as the DJI Spark. Ash, we should have had you on, mate. I'm so sorry. Even though
I don't think Ash
in our chat.
Ash had an incident with the RC Sailors. I've never yeah, I've never had issues with them. They seem really sweet. Abby and Nate, I think they're called.
Andy,
very lucky couple.
Any thoughts of on the idea of reviewing random FPV channels on YouTube?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I never think of myself as somebody that you know has a say. I never see myself as like an amazing pilot, and there are loads of amazing pilots out there, and so but I get it though, because Road to Riot do it. Then they do the community showcase or something like that.
Yeah,
I suppose I could do something like that. Yeah, that'd be fun to do. I want to do different things because yeah, for quite a while these review channels, there's not been a lot of change on them, just because the technology hasn't changed a lot. But you know, I want to do different things. Just and that's why you're seeing other channels do different things, like UAV Futures. You'll see them doing like skateboard reviews and stuff. And I think that's just, you know, for me, I like to play music, which is like completely not related to the channel whatsoever. But you have to do things to keep it interesting, I think, and that is one thing that I could do, because I like on Facebook. You just see so many insane FPV videos, don't you? And I just think, oh my god. And you look at their channel, and there's like they've got like 3 subscribers. I'm like, how is that possible? You know.
Right, guys, we're going to do 1 day of farming just because me and Andy said we're going to do a farm. Right, so go over here now. Andy's going to get on Discord. We're going to fire up Steam, and we're just going to do 1 day. So come and hang out. The conversation will continue, and we will see you in a sec.
Are we still? Are we? So we're coming off here, yeah?
Yep. No worries.
Well, we should thank everyone for watching. Those questions are amazing.
Yeah,
thank you. Keep going all day. Oh, just the last one. It's saying that Flight Test are doing all sorts of wacky ideas. They have, haven't they? They've split their channel Flight Test into sort of like their wacky ideas now with Flight Test, and then they've got Flight Test Tech, which is more the technical side of things. Yeah, everyone's changing on YouTube, and that's because YouTube's changing. The audience is changing.
Yep. Guys, I'd like to apologise. I do not know what the hell I'm talking about regards the Weinstein Company.
have you just had an email?
No. I feel really awful about that. I think, is it Harvey and what's the other guy? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
It's the original old guy that didn't touch anyone. That's the guy I want.
It's a tricky one because I know they're the company that sort of made Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
And so he just basically came out and said, "Look, I'll give all my money to whoever, you know."
Yeah. Indie film good, touchy no bad.
Good touch and bad touch.
Yeah. Thank you. You've been listening to Let's Drone Out. I've been an idiot, Bright Until I Fly, and you've been joined by Andy RC.
Thank you for watching, everyone, and awesome questions. Maybe I should do a live stream on my channel.
Yeah, awesome. Can I come and join you as long as I promise not to demonetize you?
Definitely not. No, I need you to show me how to do all this stuff.
I can.
Would you guys like that? Would you like me do a live stream on my channel? Something we can do. It might get the most number of dislikes, you know, and be like the record for that. Yes, live stream and DRC. I'll be there.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, we can do that. I'll promise not to be a total biscuit. All right. Thank you, guys. You've been listening to Let's Show now. Have a good night. Catch us over here. The stream's already started. So see you in a bit. All right. Bye.